We are excited to share that Lima City Schools is implementing a mathematics and reading intervention program called Iready. What is Iready? It is an online program that helps us determine your students' strengths and areas for growth. Iready creates a personalized learning path for each student. It monitors progress throughout the school year, and with the information it provides to teachers, they are better able to plan lessons and small group interventions. In order to determine their learning path, each student starts the year taking a diagnostic assessment. The purpose of the diagnostic is not to give a grade, but to determine how to best support student learning. The diagnostic is an adaptive assessment. Each question a student sees is individualized based on their response to the previous questions. For example, a series of correct answers will result in slightly harder questions, while a series of incorrect answers will lead to slightly easier questions. Students at Lima City Schools take the diagnostic 3 times a year, at the beginning of the school year, in January, and at the end of the school year. Your child's teacher will be sharing the first diagnostic report with you at conferences. It is important to note that the iReady diagnostic can give us an estimate about student performance on national and state tests. So let's take a look at a diagnostic report. The green shaded area represents the on grade level range for this grade and subject. The blue bar shows the student's score and placement level for the initial diagnostic. The diagnostic provides an overall score and equivalent grade level. The subject area is also broken down into domains, which are groups of related math and reading state standards. The report given at conferences will include can do and next steps for each of those domains. Typical growth and stretch growth are provided for each student based on their placement on the first diagnostic assessment of the year. Typical growth is the average growth a student at this grade and placement level will make in one school year. It is represented by a solid line. Stretch growth is an ambitious but attainable level of growth a student can make in one school year. If your student is below grade level on the initial diagnostic, this stretch growth goal is extremely important. It is represented by a dashed line. Students can work on their personalized learning path at home to meet their goal of 45 minutes per week in each subject area. So let's look at how students log in. All Lima City issued Chromebooks have a direct link to Iready. Once the Chrome browser is open, you will see the LCS links in the upper left corner. Select Iready and you will see a screen similar to this one. The username is the student's first and last names with a dot in between. The password is the student's 6-digit lunch code. Don't forget to select Ohio in the state box because each state has different learning standards. Then click Go. Kindergarten and first grade students may log on using the K1 card login. If so, your child's teacher will provide you with a login card at conferences. Simply select this option from the login screen. You should now see a screen that looks like this one. The class number is the 6-digit number on the card provided by your child's teacher. Find your child's name and enter the 3-picture code at the bottom of the login card. After successfully logging in, your student's dashboard will appear. From the dashboard, students can choose to work on reading or math. Students will not complete any teacher-assigned lessons or standards mastery assessments at home. They will only work on the next lesson under My Path. At the bottom of the dashboard, students can select My Progress. The My Progress screen will provide information about time on task for the current week. Remember, 45 minutes is the goal for both reading and math. You will also see the number of lessons passed for the school year and the current streak of lessons passed in a row. You also have the option to view completed work. This allows you to see the lessons your student has completed, the domain that each lesson falls under, a very brief description of the information covered, and the percentage score. You are probably wondering how you can help your student be successful with the iReady program. Explain to your student how working on iReady will help their teacher figure out what to teach them and how to best support them. Make a plan with your student for how to spend their time at home and when they will work on their learning activities. It can be helpful to put the plan in writing and post it somewhere visible. As you make the plan, follow any guidance you receive from your student's teacher on what they should work on. Share the experience with your student. Both of you can become familiar with the different parts of the student dashboard. Encourage your student to take each lesson seriously. Emphasize thinking before clicking, because just clicking through will not be a productive use of their time nor reflect what your student actually knows. Remind your student to read passages in their entirety, use paper and pencil to solve math problems, and use the tools that appear at the bottom of the screen in some lessons. Review progress with your student using the My Progress page. Our recommendation is that your student should aim for 45 minutes per subject per week while passing at least 70% of lessons. Celebrate your students' progress. Celebrating milestones such as passing a lesson or reaching a specific goal can help keep your student motivated. You can share celebrations with the rest of the family and even decide on a fun activity as a reward. Thank you for your continued support and for being a partner in your students' learning. We look forward to sharing iReady information with you throughout the school year. If you have any questions about iReady, please don't hesitate to contact your child's school. You can also look for the iReady table during conferences. Now that you understand what iReady is all about, let's hear what Lima City students are saying about the program.